Good morning, good evening, and good night. I hope you all are doing well. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to 144 from the Stars Tarot. Meditating on your energy, I'm picking up on someone that has completely risen from the adversity that they have previously experienced. I see that, and I just heard portal jumping. So, something about this past winter solstice that we just had, our galaxy was in alignment, where we, Earth, our solar system, was in alignment within our galactic center, which is a black hole, and allowed a portal between the Milky Way and Andromeda. I see that this portal was very powerful for a lot of God's people. I see that you are integrating soul information. It's like and you maybe actually feel this shift. It's like your energy feels a little bit more expansive, a little more clear-headed. Like your energetic body feels more open. Let's look a little further into this situation. We have trick or treat. And I just cut the deck to dance with death. So, what I'm getting from this is that I mentioned earlier that I was picking up on some of you like literally rising from the ashes. I see there was a lot of tribulations. It was like every corner you turned was another enemy trying to take you out. Now, this doesn't have to be literal, like you're in the streets of Harlem and whatever, but what I mean by this is you weren't surrounded by loving, high vibrational people. You always interacted on a day-to-day basis someone that wanted ill of you, ill towards you. I see that despite this darkness within the individuals that surrounded you, despite the evil, you have ascended. It's like you were in the midst of this shadow, and your bright light, like in this pumpkin, you can see that there's a candle inside of it lighting up in the darkness, and there's this little dragon on top of it. It's like moth to a flame. But it wasn't the good kind of moths. I mean, I'm not saying it's necessarily good or bad, but for your purpose, for your highest good, it didn't serve you. They were there to get something out of you. They were there to maybe steal something, maybe to put you down to make themselves feel better. It's like you attracted all these creepies and crawlies. And I see that regardless of your surroundings, it's like you have alchemized this pain. You have alchemized this shadow. Not only that, but you have actually literally illuminated and lifted some of the individuals that were receptive to it. I see that it's like you have gone through some form of death. It's almost like as if, and it's like it's weird because it's like you did it in your sleep almost. Like you were just going through your day-to-day life, and then you just go to bed like normal, and you wake up and you just feel a little bit different. It's because you were an energetic match for the new timeline you have now entered. I told you that this past portal for this winter solstice was very powerful. You are connecting with your deeper shadow. Now, that is not something to be afraid of. The light cannot exist without the dark. So you integrating your deepest, your darkest, all the little nooks and crannies, you are now able to embody more light. As you bring your shadow into your awareness, you balance out the two worlds. That is a really beautiful energy for you. I'm so happy to see that there are people amongst the collective that are able to embody this, because like I had mentioned earlier about this portal, our galactic center is a black hole. That is a portal. Our sun is also a portal. There's also white holes. These are portals. If everything is energy and we are all one thing, there's no separation, there's no true self, there's really no you or me. We're all just a manifestation of ourselves within ourselves, experiencing all the infinite possibilities of ourselves. As you actualize, you like become a cosmic portal for the world. It's like the higher you ascend, the more powerful you are in your human vessel. It's like you're a walking universe, and we all are, but you're actualizing it, you're realizing it, you are co-creating with the universe. It's like no matter the BS that's around you, the attempts of the devil, the whatever, the destruction and the evil, yada yada yada, you use that to your benefit flawlessly in your sleep. All you had to do was just be yourself. You just maintained your genuine presence. We have the Creator. I was just talking about how with this dance of death and trick or treat, it's like the so-called enemy, right? The devil, evil, really tried to destroy you, try to dim your light, try to suppress you. And I see that you actually alchemize these experiences to do the exact opposite. And I had mentioned that as you attain higher levels of awareness, which is simply just being aware of the entirety of our true consciousness, which resides in you, you become a walking portal on earth. And we have the Creator right here. You are tapping into God's consciousness. You may not even realize that you're doing it. You might not even realize that when you go to bed and you wake up, the world you woke up in is not exactly the same as the one you went to bed a couple nights ago. We are constantly vibrating and manifesting and attracting. It's this delicate balance that we're all doing, this harmonic resonance, essentially. So as you filter out the vibrations of the world that you used to experience, you integrate it, you learn the lessons, you clear the karma, and you ascend, eventually there's no vibrational match of the previous reality within you. Your vessel no longer holds that energy. It's no longer in your vortex. So that's no longer the world you live in. We have maturity and we have integration. And I was just talking about integrating your shadow. And one of the other things, and I'm splitting the deck to rebirth, and I literally had said like rising from the ashes. So I see that while you may not have been aware that a lot of portals have been open, while you may not have been necessarily aware that you were shifting timelines, but what I do see is that you are maturing into your true soul. You are awakening past the illusion of the human experience and you're not even realizing it. It's like you're just slowly slipping back into your more natural state. With this integration and maturity and this dance with death and the creator, I'm sensing a lot of past life energy that you are integrating. Now, you may find yourself just dozing off, or you might catch glimpses, and you might think that you're just daydreaming, or you might think it's just your imagination or whatever. What you're actually doing is activating the cellular data of your soul. You have been around for so long. Time's not real at all. Like, it does not exist. It's just a persisting illusion that we all accept to help grasp this concept of life that we experience. I see that things that were previously unattainable or inaccessible to you are opened. You may not be consciously aware of why you are suddenly more interested in higher vibrational things, for example, would be a good one. But to step out of the obvious, your soul has experienced many, many lifetimes. Lifetimes where you were probably very karmic. Lifetimes where you experience horrible karma, tribulations, pain. I'm not saying your life hasn't already kind of looked like that or felt like that. But in addition to that, have you ever met someone that just seems like they can do just a little bit of everything without really trying? Are you that individual? Are you someone where you can see someone do something and you're like, oh, I'd like to try that, and you're just a natural at it? It's because in other lives, you spent your time learning and mastering that. This integration, this maturity, you are actualizing your soul's Akash. All your previous experiences are now, it's like your vibration leading up to this new shift you have entered. You can now access this. Previously, it was unattainable because there were lessons you still had to learn. There was energy that you had within your vortex that was not a vibrational match for the higher knowledge and experience your soul already has attained. But now that you have cleansed the karma, now that you have purged yourself of people, of places, of things, and as you continue to do so, as you continue to release these constructs that humans love to create for ourselves and then hold on to them like that's the end all be all, and as you see that everything is really infinite, there's no limitations, you realize how infinite you are. If you've had lives where you were an eagle soaring with the most beautiful, precise instinct and eyesight, you knew how to flow and adjust to the atmosphere and the winds, your soul remembers what that feels like. As you integrate your Akashic records, your shadow, your past lives, your higher self, you are now being reborn as a whole new individual. People live and die on a day-to-day basis. We just don't call it living and dying, but that's what it is. Death is a prerequisite to the life. People will often say, you know, I want to have this whatever in the reality, like I want to be like this, but I don't know. Well, the only way you're going to get there is if everything that's holding you back dies. You have to put a death to that. And from that death, you reborn again. You can die and not physically die. And I'm not just talking about ego death. That's a lot of what I'm talking about, but it's... So you know how your body... I don't know if you've heard this fact, but they say like after 7 years, every single cell in your body is not the same cell that was in your body 7 years ago because of cellular regeneration. Well, if it's as above and so below, your whole vessel is constantly adapting to your soul and the light that you hold. I just mentioned that you are going to teach others how to do this. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Master. And underneath that, we have postponement. But now you are going with the flow. And again, we have another ego out here with possibilities. Feel free within yourself. Feel free within your expression. As you transcend all previous ideas of yourself, as you heal, as you face your shadow, as you integrate and ascend, you are not only leading by example, but you are changing the world around you. We are active co-creators of the universe. And I see that you are someone that you take the preciousness of life dearly. You're not going out and drinking and partying or self-gratification, and there's nothing wrong with doing those things. But if that's your life purpose, I'm sorry that you have a lot to learn. And I see that you are someone that has learned these lessons. And that is why you are maturing into this beautiful, godly being on earth. You are able to hold so much of the universe within your vessel, and we don't realize it. Even the ascended ones don't realize how important, how powerful their presence is. What do you think the 144 are? Stay on your path. Keep doing what you're doing. This is absolutely beautiful. I had mentioned that we had just gone through a lot of major portals. I had even hinted a little bit towards Andromeda. I don't want to stretch this reading out and get into the rest of occult and however you want to label that kind of knowledge and topic. But what I do want to tell you is you have set the bar for your next year. We're closing out the rest of this year, and your new life on Earth is going to be beautiful. Things are going to be easier for you. Things are going to flow more rapidly and abundantly to you. It's just like, I don't know if you've ever felt like life is a constant battle or a fight or a struggle. You're past that. You have cleared that cycle. Now you just get to continue to nurture this garden within yourself. Let your mind flower into a beautiful oasis around you. And enjoy it. Enjoy yourself. You're going to finally be able to see just how beautiful your soul is by how your life plays out in this next year. Congratulations. I'm going to leave this here. If you like the way that I read, please be sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.